This tutorial goes over the Reference Addendum feature that was added into Home Inspector Pro 5. It's a joint partnership with Home Inspector Pro and ISN. The way that this works is you import your client information into Home Inspector Pro from ISN, and you do that via clicking on Internet, import data from ISN, just like you would when you're working with ISN normally. And from there, you will select your real estate agent and the inspection and import that data. Once that data is imported and your inspection is finished, you go to Upload Report and upload your inspection information to ISN. When you're uploading this information, you have a few choices here. You can upload your report in HTML format. The PDF is always uploaded. You can send a copy of the actual inspection file for backup on ISN, and then the reference addendum. When you upload the reference addendum, it opens up a list of all comments that you have on the summary in your report. You can go through, and by default, all these summary comments are going to be sent. You can go through and deselect these. You might be deselecting some of the comments. You might have a recommendation comment only in here. You might have a time that you had listed multiple comments pertaining to one issue and you really only want to send one of them. You're making this list so that the agents can then build a list of items that they want repaired, replaced, or an amount to be funded from the sellers. And this is something that the agents will work on with the clients. What we're going to do is go through these. Oftentimes you have multiple photos associated with each issue, so we want to go through and select just the comments or just the photos that we want to associate with this comment. So I can click on the picture or check the box. If I've added a caption to the photo, that will actually show here. You notice when I checked the box, this turned green, a green border around it just to kind of make it visually easier. And that'll attach with that photo, and I can go down the list and say the next one. Maybe I want to send 2 photos with that issue. Go to the Gfci. I don't really need to send the diagram of the issue. I'm just going to send exactly where the issue is at. Or I can check the diagram too. It doesn't really matter. It's up to you. And once you've gone through all these and you're done, you just click on Done and click on Create and Send Report for Current Inspection. Home Inspector Pro is going to force you to save the inspection file, and it's also going to pop up to save the PDF as well. Once both those items are saved, then the upload window will open and it'll start going through the progress of sending all your data up to ISN. Make sure you're patient when it's going through the saving process, because it's saving both the inspection file and the PDF. It's generating it one final time. It can take a couple minutes for that to go through the process. When it's uploading the reference addendum, if you have uploaded it before, and I have in this case because this is a test, it will pop up a prompt to ask you if you're sure you want to upload again. Once you've uploaded the reference addendum once, there's a couple different prompts that you'll get. One is that you've uploaded it before, which means the agent might have already seen it and shared it with their client. The prompt that we just received here is telling us that exactly that we've already uploaded it before. It's possible the agent has viewed it. It is letting us know that they have not modified the reference addendum yet. If they had already gone in there and started selecting costs that they wanted to be funded or things that they wanted replaced or repaired, we would actually get a different message that would tell us that. The reason we're popping this up is that if the agent has gone through and worked with their client and already started making these changes, and then you decide to upload it again, obviously you could end up really upsetting them. Now, the reason that we are allowing it to be uploaded again is there might be additional things that the agent asks you to include, or you might go back for a reinspection. Or you might not have completed everything, you have to go back and you need to upload it again. So we're leaving this option up to you, but obviously this is something that you want to make sure you're communicating to the agent before you do it. So I'm going to say yes. Once we have all the checkbox here, we know everything has happened successfully. And this is the end of the Home Inspector Pro side of things. And I'll show you what happens on the ISN side here right now. This report goes direct to the agent. You will have had to have enabled this inside your settings and red dashboard for the agents, and ISN will have a tutorial explaining exactly how to do this, but it's under settings and then the dashboard settings to enable the reference addendum. Once you've enabled it for all your agents, then you can actually go through and send the reports to them, or if there's particular agents that don't want this, you can turn it off on a per agent basis on the ISN side. To view what the agent is seeing, what we're going to do is I'm going to pull up one of the agents in ISN by looking up the inspection, and I can pull up their specific dashboard link, and then I can actually show you what's going on their side. Okay, I've now logged into ISN as one of my agents into their real estate dashboard, or their red. I got this link by in ISN pulling up an inspection, looking at the agent information, and you can actually get a link. So you can look up their red so you can give it to them, but obviously you can log into it yourself. When you click on My Inspections, you'll see a list of all your upcoming inspections, or the agent does. I'm going to pull up the one that we were working on, which was the Main Street. And you'll notice under it, it says View Report, or the new thing, View Reference Addendum. So I'm going to click on View Reference Addendum. And what it's listing first is the section and item. So we uploaded from Home Inspector Pro the summary comments from grounds vegetation, grounds Gfci, patio and porch, roof gutters, garage walls. And on the first couple, we had actually added images. We didn't do it on all of them because we were just testing. We added on the few. So I'm going to click on this. You can see the vegetation overgrowth, the category was grounds, the item was vegetation observations. The option, so the agent is now looking at this and working with their client, and this is something again that they would normally be doing by copying and pasting from your report and your summary, and often they're handwriting this onto a form and faxing it somewhere, or they're manually copying and pasting directly into the report, or into a document that they're going to send. So here, this is a million times easier. They can come in and they say with the client, you know what, we just want this repaired. Not a big deal, just fix the vegetation. Your comment here, this is what you actually wrote on the report, prune or remove any plants that are in contact. They can change that. They can add new things, modify that. They would be doing this anyway, so you're not changing what they're doing, you're just making it easier for them. So I'm going to click on Next. And the next thing was more vegetation. There were 2 photos that we included about ivy growing. Again, repair, replace, fund. So repair means fix it. Replace means you want to replace it with something else. It doesn't make sense on this comment. Fund means you want that the buyer wants the seller to give them money to fix the item. And then other is so they can type in anything they want. So again, I'm just going to click on repair. I'm going to go to next. Now, in the GFCI, we have a comment, added outlets that are not GFCI protected. So we want them to replace, and the agent might remove this and say replace with GFCI outlet. Go down to the next one. So the agent's going to go through and they're going to build this. The end joist, so the end of the board is spliced. The splice should have been longer. So maybe the client will come by and say, you know what, I want $500 for this, and I'm going to have someone do it myself. They are able to add their own photos. So maybe the client or the agent took additional photos, and they want to add those in there, or you go back out and you send them a photo for something, they can add that directly in there. So they're going to go through each of the items. They can also delete an item. So say they don't care about this gutter issue, they can just click on delete, and that issue will be gone completely. Once they've gone through all the items, at the very top, they're going to click on download. This is going to generate a reference addendum. Okay, the reference addendum opens up, and this is the PDF file that the buyer's agent would then be sending off to the seller's agent. Comes up, reference addendum. the property address, the date and time, the client, the agent, the inspector's name, and the cover page photo that you took. All this is done automatically, so the agent is not having to do this anymore. Here's the photo that you took on the grounds vegetation observation, the option that the agent and the client chose, and the comments, which again, by default are your comment, and then they can modify that to be whatever they want. Your captions will show up there as well if you've had captions. So both these items, we had just selected repair right now when we were testing out. With Gfci, we had said they needed to replace it and replace it with an actual Gfci outlet. And then on the board here, we said we actually wanted to fund for $500. And then the next items you can see don't have any photos. So go through the whole report. Just a bunch of comments here. And this report will then be sent from the agent, the buyer's agent, onto the seller's agent. And by doing this, you've saved them, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. You've helped them create a much more professional report for them to hand off to the seller's agent, and made that whole process a lot smoother, which of course makes you tremendously more popular in the entire transaction. ISN is also coming up with several tutorials on this, which you can see on their website through their help desk. If you have any questions on this, you can email us at help@homeinspectorpro.com, go on our help desk, or give us a call. If the questions are related to the ISN side, you can of course give ISN a call or jump on chat from your dashboard directly as well.